In a detailed speech tonight, which seems to be the clearest attempt yet to reassert his dominance, President Putin broke his silence about the revolt by the Wagner mercenary fighters. In a late-night televised address, he did not shy away from using words like mutiny, crime and betrayal. He did, however, thank the Wagner soldiers for avoiding bloodshed and then issued this ultimatum. They can sign up with Russia's official military forces, he said, or return to your relatives and friends. He also thanked Russian citizens for their patriotic spirit of unity. One name, though, was missing from the speech, that of the Wagner commander, Yevgeny Prigozhin. Mr. Putin's word came after some observers claimed his regime could be on the brink of imploding.
It was billed as a statement that would determine the fate of Russia. It wasn't. Surrounded by his closest military advisors, Vladimir Putin addressed a mutinous weekend, but without clarity as to the consequences.
I stress, from the beginning of these events, immediately all the necessary decisions were made to neutralize the emerging threat, to defend the constitutional order, lives and safety of our citizens.
He went on to condemn the actions of the mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin, accusing him of playing into enemy hands when he stormed military bases and vowed to head straight to Moscow, sparking rumours of a coup.
Brother-on-brother fighting was what the enemies wanted. The neo-Nazis in Kyiv and their Western patrons and all sorts of national traitors.
Through the day, the Kremlin had sought to project the image of business as usual, with footage released of the defence minister, Sergei Shoigu, apparently flying to a military headquarters in part of occupied Ukraine to meet with those commanding the war effort. The mercenary uprising was in part to demand his removal from office. Neither the timing nor the location of the video could be verified. When Yevgeny Prigozhin agreed to call off his advance, it was said to be to exile in Belarus without charge. Tonight, Putin said he would face inescapable punishment. The Wagner leader says he was driven by failings in the conduct of the war.
We marched to protest, not to overthrow the government of the country. The aim of the march was to avoid destruction of Wagner and to hold to account the officials who, through their unprofessional actions, have committed a massive number of errors during the special military operation.
In Ukraine today, one of those leading the war effort rebuked Western leaders for not appreciating the danger of this moment.
The West often looks like a little kid, covering up their eyes, pretending nothing is happening. Russia will not exist in its present state, and its disintegration will be a dangerous challenge. We should be preparing for it now, with all our strength, since it is inevitable.
Western leaders deny any complacency.
It is hard to predict exactly what will now happen in the next days and weeks, but we should not make the mistakes that we are underestimating the Russians.
On the battlefield, as the political discord rages, so too does the fighting. Ukrainian forces routing some Russian trenches and reclaiming territory. This war, fought by many, was started by one man. He may yet become a casualty of it. Emma Murphy, News at 10, Kyiv.